Game 2 of the current series. If you've not yet seen Game 1, you may want to go watch that first. Link will be in the description, as well as in a button on the video. Alright, here we go into Game 3 here at IEM Kiev to determine the third place finisher between Koss and Zenio. Empire's Koss is the blue Terran spawning down at the 6 o'clock position here on Terminus. Liquid Zenio is the red Zerg spawning up at the 12 o'clock position. Nice cross-map spawns, Zenio will be happy about that.
Yeah, they had cross spawns last game, and I think both enjoyed expanding a lot. Almost too much.
Yes, many expansions were had there. And Koss exploited it. I think a big part of that at the end there was he basically just out-multitasked Zenio. I mean, there were attacks going on all over the place. And at the end there,
yeah,
within the span of just a minute, he wiped out all of Zenio's mining bases. Despite there being 4 of them. And they were reasonably well spread across the map, too.
Players offering up a little bit of banter here as things get going. Good luck, have fun. Zenio just giving a GG, keeping all of his luck and fun to himself. Following up with a crying emoticon.
Followed up by a smiling emoticon.
By
from
Koss.
Koss.
Koss starting his wall off. Looks like it will probably be done by the time the drone gets there.
Yep, Overlord scouting to all the wrong places. Not that they would get to the cross position anywhere near soon enough to matter on this map.
Senior grabbing a 14 or 15 hatch.
Koss just about to complete his barracks. Drone scout now headed out to the western spawn point.
Yep, looks like that wall off will be finished before the drone arrives. Scouting SCV leaving.
Spawning pool now on the way. And the Marine is out to fend that drone away.
It's interesting, Koss's scouting route is just checking for, or just checking the ramp on there. Oh, now he's heading back up to where Zenio actually is.
Comes the factory right away after the barracks finishes. Barracks repositions itself to build a reactor.
Spawning pool first, no gas.
Spawning pool finishes, you mean?
Yeah, finishes with no gas. Scout SCV sees all he needs to see, or all there is to see at this point. Spine-crawler going down at the natural.
Yep,
Couple
Zenio,
Zerglings casing away the SCV.
Zenio anticipates the reactor Hellions, even though he doesn't have definitive scouting for it. Koss throwing down a command center to zone natural.
Yep. Factory and barracks swapping out. Double Hellion started up.
So everything going similarly to Game 1 so far.
Yeah, very similar. I think the main difference being that this time Zenio is not going to have speedlings. He's just opted for pure minerals so far still.
Yep, still droning hard. Throwing down a second spine crawler quicker between his natural and the ramp to his main. Hellions frying up a Zergling in the middle of the map. Stopping always outside Zenio's base for a moment, now pushing in. The Queen and a couple Zerglings have a wall ready on the ramp. Hellions won't be getting through quickly. A little bit of a poke from one of the spine crawlers. The other spine crawler finishes.
Koss working on destructible debris and a command center at his third.
Yep, also building a fourth
Anticipating
command
long
center.
game.
Oh no, that's no red third, yeah.
Already gearing up for a very macro game.
4 Hellions now continuing to poke in and out from this Queen. And spine crawlers. Third spine crawler also being added.
Looks like Haas is ditching the Hellion, swapping his factory away from the reactor, building another barracks on top of it. Lair tech getting researched.
These 3 Marines are going to take forever to kill those destructible debris.
Yep, pain in the nest going up.
Ling speed just now starting. Alcas now getting a starport. He's going to be giving it a reactor right away here. Also adding another barracks. Those 3 Marines get a little more help working on those destructible debris.
Yep. Down to 5. Well, that command center gets upgraded to an orbital.
Evolution chamber on the way. And a spire now on the way.
Yeah. Some medvacs just popping out. And tanks getting started.
Stim pack just finishing. Zergling's now working on the destructible debris at Zenio's 3rd. Macro hatch goes down in Zenio's main. +1 ground carapace on the way. +1 infantry weapons also on the way.
Another barracks and a reactor on one of the existing barracks. As well as dropping a few missile turrets around his base. First tank is out. No siege tech yet, though.
Here comes the 3rd for Zenio. Marines dropping down by the Hellions just outside the creep.
Siege
The
tech
Hellions
started.
get switched into the medevac, and they get unloaded right away. Marines and Hellions now pushing in at the 3rd. Still under construction, gonna force to cancel, it gets cancelled. Also grabbing an Overlord. Now pushing up the ramp, taking on the spine crawler. Also Zergling's coming in. Stem goes up, Zergling's trying to get us around, Zergling's finally getting us around.
Meat is on the way.
Zergling's clean most of that up, just a few of the Marines get back into one of the medevacs.
Macro hatch just finishing in the main.
Zerg Flyer Carapace coming out first, in terms of flyer upgrades.
Cost adding a 2nd factory.
And starting to get gases at his 3rd.
Zenio re-expanding the 3rd.
And also throwing gases down there. Eager to get that gas. Zenio now taking a 4th over here by the 2 o'clock position.
Armory going down as well as a 2nd eBay.
Muta's poking in towards here, but we fended off by the missile turret. That costs 3rd. Zergling's headed out, gonna intercept these Marines in a dropship. There we're headed towards his 4th. Clear up the Marines, dropship flies away.
Muta's poking in, taking out one of the missile turret.
Now poking at the refinery and Costa's main. Marines
Forcing
starting
a
to head
stem
over.
on some Marines.
A couple more missile turrets being placed to replace the lost one. Zenio
And
now
Zenio dropping
expanding
a
to the
4th.
9 o'clock.
And a 5th.
Yep, 5th going down at the 9 o'clock.
I guess I'd make the one at the 3 or 2 o'clock. Is 4th?
These creep tumors just in waves. There's a line there, line here, line here.
Yeah, lines of 5 or more.
Full-time queen working on it. A few changelings sitting here, unused, just outside Costa's bases. Muta's poking around, not poking in yet, just kind of looking for a hole. Now they're engaging into the missile turrets. Gonna kill off one missile turret. Almost
Back
clearing
away.
off the second before being fended off by some Marines.
Losing 3 meters there.
Not the best exchange for a single muscle turret.
I'm gonna poke in here again at the third. See if I can get anything.
1 meter goes
1
down,
meter goes down.
but they get a tower. They get a second tower.
2 meters die.
Grab a couple mules and SCVs, but Marines arrive to fend them off.
2 turrets getting replaced.
And they return to normalcy. It's 2 flyer carapace showing up. Melee attacks also being thrown on now. +1 infantry weapons just about to finish, as with +1 vehicle weapons. A few Marines coming over here at the 9 o'clock.
Looks like they are going to focus down the hatch and get it.
Yep, they focus down and get the hatch. Mutas arrive to clean this up, but they're too late. Another hatch gets dropped right away. Koss moving out into the middle with a large army. Heading up towards Zenio's position, base at the 2 o'clock.
Zenio dropping a 6th.
Yep. Expanding towards the middle. That attack is now arriving at Zenio's 2 o'clock base. There's nothing to save it, it's going right down.
Yep, Mutacloud pushing into just the front.
Yep, grabbing a bunch of tanks. A few Marines too. Zergling's now streaming in. Muta's shutting down these barracks that were under production, or in production.
Cast landing at the 4th with a new command center.
Their army is now returning to base. Mutas and Lings grabbing some SCVs, transferring, running away from the 3rd. Now targeting the orbital at the 3rd, forcing it to lift up. Koss's army is starting to stream in. The orbital will go down though. Orbital goes down. The Mutas fly out, the Lings get cleaned up.
Mutaball looks like it's getting replenished now.
Baneling speed now on the way, as with the +2 Zerg ground carapace. Zenio momentarily droning a little bit.
Zenio's still kind of awkwardly on like 1.5 mining bases, almost 2, but he's got hatcheries ready for 2 more. He just has not yet populated them with drones.
Yeah, Koss once again doing a good job of shutting down Zenio's expansions. However, Zenio is still healthily mining at his 2nd and 3rd, or his natural and his 3rd. As well as getting some production at the 6th. Turned effectively 4th, though, in terms of production and location. And having not been killed.
Zenio's Muta and Zergling force just sort of moving around the map and just running into Koss's army and having to run away.
Yeah, Koss securing his 4th. They're in the center of the map. Adding more missile turrets. It is, of course, a planetary fortress. His army's moving back towards Zenio's 9 o'clock position base. Cleaning up a few random Zerglings.
21 Banelings getting morphed.
The army's now turning north. A few of the tanks are sieging up. Mutas poke in, take a hit from the Thor. They weren't too clumped up though.
Zenio moving out now.
Mutas, Lings, and Blings are turning down south, avoiding the main army for now.
Koss having to fall back with his army, but leaving some Marines and some medvacs up at this expansion of Zenio is going to wipe it out. Yeah, the spine crawler's there, but too late.
Meanwhile, the engage is happening in the middle. Tanks siege up a little late. Zerglings are all over the place. Get good contact. As Banelings get plenty of nice explosion. Mutas magic boxing the Thor. All in all, a decent exchange of armies for Zenio. Both players about 155 supply after that.
Yeah, fairly even exchange. The difference being that Koss killed an expansion during that, one of Zenio's 3 that are mining.
Yes, that drop did clear off the expansion. And now it's headed up towards Zenio's 3rd. Dropping off in range of the Queen. Marines stemming in, killing off drones.
Get the Queen. Baneling Zerglings coming down.
Meanwhile, a bunch of Marines in a tank heading off towards Zenio's 2 o'clock position again. Gonna wipe that out. There's a bunch of Zerglings coming in behind it and catch the tank. But if the Marines target fire, the hatch is gonna go down. Yep, they target fire and it goes down. Lings and Mutas clean them up. Meanwhile, the drop over here at Zenio's 3rd still in business. 3 Marines left. Each one of them has their own personal medevac. Comes Zerglings, try to clean them up. One goes down. But that denied a lot of mining at the 3rd there for Zenio.
Yeah.
Zenio now dropping an expansion at the, I'm going to call it the 3 o'clock position, or the east spawn location.
As well as re-expanding to the natural of that.
Reconstructing that one again. Getting a bunch of drones there to very, very long distance mine.
Koss moving out and grabbing a 5th towards the middle of the map. 3 turrets and a sensor tower plan.
4 turrets.
Defending this position of this army.
Ooh, big fungal
on
on
the
Marines.
Marine. They're all nearly dead.
A few more Marines moving in at this 2 o'clock position. They already cleaned up the 3 o'clock position. 2 o'clock position does not get cancelled. Those Marines will kill it. There's nothing to kill them. Medevac's still working overtime to get these Marines back from the 6 hit points they're reduced to. Mutiling Bling pushes in. Gets shot by tanks and Thors. Broodlord's now leading the charge. Fungal on a few of the Marines.
Drop killing off Zenio's 3rd, or his base at 3 o'clock.
Good number of the Marines get killed off there with Broodlings, friendly fire.
Zenio behind all this expanding again. Towards the middle of the map at the 3rd of the 7 o'clock.
More back and forth exchange here in this middle position between these bases across low ground. Lots of carnage on both sides. There's a Thor and some of the parting shot. A bunch more Broodlords being morphed in. Cost relatively low on Marines, but a few more have arrived. He pulls back with his tanks. And one 15 hit point tank out there in the front to be killed off easily here. Zenio now pushing forward, leading the way with Broodlords once again. They start sieging the towers. Don't kill anything. Cost also moving forward a little bit. No engage quite yet. Both armies are maxed.
Oh, 7 new barracks getting dropped at Koss's 4th.
Broodlings coming in here to the planetary fortress. Koss's army has left for the moment.
Koss's army hitting Zenio's expansion. Expansion at
Zenio's
7 o'clock.
At the inner 7 o'clock. Well, it's more like a 9 o'clock. They kill that off.
Quadrant 7.
While the Broodlord's coming from behind, clearing off a bunch of the Marines, Zerglings catching a bunch of the tanks unsieged and retreating. Zenio pulls back for a moment to regroup. The Broodlords are leading the siege while the rest of the Zerg army stays behind a little bit. A few Marines streaming in, but otherwise these tanks have no anti-air support. A couple Thors come from the side, and Thors from that angle. Much needed. Big engage, massive fungal scrubbing a lot of tanks and Marines. Zerglings trying to funnel in, but they're not able to get a good surround. Broodlord's doing a ton of damage from above, though.
These barracks are doing a good job of just sort of forcing chokes. But in a way that isn't actually helping Koss much.
Yep. And the barracks
Zenio
are
re-expanding
now. They're sieged by the Broodlords.
To the inner 7 o'clock that he lost.
still call that 9 o'clock. That's 9 o'clock. Broodlords finishing off some of those barracks that were in front of the orbital. A couple to the side still stand.
Broodlord's just poking this planetary.
Yep,
It's getting repaired by several SCVs.
Well, you know what? Broodlings are free.
Yep. Between mining time and repair costs, this is just not ideal.
Few Marines
more
harassing
SCVs
that 9
getting
o'clock
out.
position. Few by, I mean, 2. But they're racking up drone kills. 5 drone kills between those 2 Marines. Before anything was done about them.
A couple of Vikings poking back at the Broodlords now. Corruptors coming in to handle them.
Yeah, Broodlings still being just sent in walls here.
Oh, transfuses on the Broodlords. I didn't even notice the Queens that were sitting here with this army.
Starting to see some snipes from the Ghosts. Ghosts get caught in the fungal growth. Bunch of Zerglings coming in. Ghosts are getting cleaned up by the Zerglings and fungal growths.
Vikings caught in the fungal. Wiped out.
Koss pushing forward with a lot of infantry now. More fungals on the infantry. Beautiful fungals. Queen's getting killed off. Hearing a few snipes here and there. Oh, Banelings come in.
Banelings
blow everything up.
Destroy all the things.
Still a few Broodlords, couple Corruptors, bunch of Infestors here. Continuing to siege this planetary and these couple barracks. 3 more Vikings come forward. Corruptors here to counter them.
Zenio expand with a 9 o'clock natural.
Koss floating a command center over to the 3 o'clock. Zenio sitting at 150, supply to Koss is 140. Zenio grabbing all the expansions in the 9 o'clock quadrant. Continuing the Broodlord siege of this planetary fortress. Vikings trying to dance around the Corruptors.
No SCVs repairing it. Oh, there they go.
A few Zerglings joining the Broodlings.
Zerglings are not as free.
Oh, big fungal on some Marine. Also a bunch of snipes coming from Ghosts. 3 Thors, Ghosts, a bunch of Marines coming in here. Big engage, more snipes, more fungals, more Zergling surrounds. Lots of carnage all around.
Clear the sky.
3 Thors stand, the Zerglings get cleared up. A few more Marines and Ghosts come in to reinforce. More Zerglings stream in. Finish off the barracks, starting to clear up some of these buildings. Thors, Ghosts, and Marines still stand over here, but they've been whittled down. Koss down at 108 to Zenio's 132.
Yep, losing his final barracks in the middle there.
Now Koss is still mining off of 2 bases, although one of them is just mules over here in the 3 o'clock. His only healthy mining base is his other central base, which Zenio is now sieging.
Even out of gas at his main. I'd like to see that command center flown off and repurposed, but I guess he's just going to be using it for its energy.
Zenio pushing into the Zerglings, committing fully to the stack. Fungal growth landing on the SCVs. Koss trying to push in here with some Thors and Marines. Well, just going around for the flank, not quite pushing in.
Zenio does kill off all of the SCVs at that 5th.
Koss at 101 to Zenio's 153. The only mining Koss has is this 3 o'clock position, with just a couple SCVs and some mules.
Yeah, he really needs to wipe out this army. Oh, Medevac picking up a...
Medevac that has a Thor. Oh, drops the Thor just in time, but it gets killed by Zerglings because it was very low on health.
Yeah.
Marines target fire down this... I almost called 7 o'clock. 9 o'clock hatchery, but get cleaned up by Zerglings afterward. Tossed down to 60 supply to Zenio's 140. Koss running out of options here.
Yeah, Zenio... Yeah, Zenio just has too much command of the map, too good of macro compared to what Koss is left with.
Yeah, Koss was not able to out-multitask Zenio that time. And Zenio had just some nice slow pushing with Broodlord sieging.
Yeah,
Brood
once
Lords
Koss
were
got down
never...
to half of a mining base, it was basically over, and he knew it.
Yep. Yeah, he was never able to clear out the Brood Lords. There's never enough of a Viking cloud, and what Vikings did show up were quickly fungled and destroyed. And that wraps up Game 2. On to Game 3. By the way, this game was misidentified as Game 3 during the original recording. Feel free to file that under Reasons Irrelevant label as an idiot.